Wait. Is this an interrogation or a cleaning video?
Yes. Hello there, I'm Chris Nichols, and thanks for joining us for another episode of DPReview TV DIY Edition. Now today I want to talk about something that really brings anxiety to a lot of digital camera owners. Now let's say you've just bought a brand new camera with a shiny, clean new sensor, or maybe you found that older treasure at an auction and you want to renovate it and get it back like new. Well, no matter what camera you have, eventually you're going to have to deal with a dirty sensor. Now today, I'm going to teach you 4 sensor cleaning techniques along with a whole bunch of common do's and don'ts. But remember though, with any DIY project, there is some level of risk involved. And so if at any point you don't feel comfortable with this project, just put the tools down and walk away. There's no shame in that. Always read your user's manual as well and make sure that you're comfortable understanding how to set your camera up for a manual sensor cleaning. But I want to assure you, I've cleaned hundreds of sensors in my life, all successfully, and I'm no rocket scientist, except when I'm using a rocket blower. Oh, all right. Let's get to those 4 techniques now. The first challenge we're going to talk about today is dust. It is annoying and it just gets everywhere. And although modern cameras do have sensor cleaning built in where they vibrate the sensor at high speed and fling that dust off, sometimes you're just going to get some stubborn dust that doesn't want to leave. You'll often see this when you're shooting photos with stop-down apertures against colored walls or bright blue skies. You'll see an out-of-focus gray blob, and that means that there's a piece of dust on the sensor and you got to get rid of it. Now you're generally going to encounter 2 different kinds of digital cameras we're going to clean, a digital SLR and a mirrorless camera. Now with a mirrorless camera, you can clearly see there's nothing in the way of the sensor once you take a lens off. This does mean that dust can be a more common issue, but it also means that access is easy and they are much easier to clean, I find. Now with a digital SLR, you've got a mirror and a shutter mechanism in the way, and that does help prevent dust over time, but it will still eventually get back there. Now this does provide an extra challenge because we got to flip all that up before we clean our sensor. Make sure that your camera's battery is fully charged, you put it into manual sensor cleaning mode, and then make sure you don't go anywhere near the on-off switch because that's usually the way to trigger that you're done the cleaning and close the shutter and the mirror. If that happened while you were in there with a swab or some other sort of tool, that would be disastrous. All right, let's talk removing dust from your sensor. First, we need a dusty camera. Now, seeing dust on your sensor takes a little bit of practice, but it's fairly easy. The key is you need a bright light source. Now, outside on a bright sunny day like today, if I angle it so that that sun is reflecting off the sensor, I can very clearly see the dust and the shadow it creates. But otherwise, just a bright light source like the flashlight on your phone is really useful. Just get in there, spot the dust, and then you know where to pinpoint it. Now, we're going to use a technique that will guarantee get dust completely out of this camera. Let me show you that. And as you can clearly see, no dust. All right, so I've shown you one technique that I personally have a lot of success with, but I do understand that carrying a flamethrower in your camera bag can be difficult, and I have not yet to date successfully been able to take a propane tank on an airplane with me when I'm traveling on a press event. So let me show you another piece of technology that a lot of people really have good success with. Now this is a large air bulb blower, and you want something that's quite large to generate that wind force. You don't want the little guys with a brush on the end. That just won't work. Now when you do have your sensor exposed and you're going to start cleaning it, make sure that you point it down. You don't want to dislodge dust only for gravity to put it right back on the sensor. So turn it upside down, get the blower bulb pretty close to the sensor, and just give it, a few good squeezes to dislodge that dust. These are really handy to carry around with you, and they also do a great job on the outside of the camera when you want to get dust, for example, out of the EVF. As you can see, one of the great things about using a blower bulb, or fire for that matter, is you don't actually have to touch the sensor in any way. It's very easy to do, but let's say you still hypothetically have some dust on the sensor that just doesn't want to dislodge. It's being very stubborn to the point where no amount of fire is getting rid of it. Well, then you're going to actually have to use a tool and touch the sensor itself. Now, I want to talk about something very important before we ever do that. Now, with digital SLRs, most of the time the sensor is going to be fixed to the body, but with a lot of mirrorless cameras with in-body image stabilization, IBIS units, the sensor is actually on a floating rig, and you don't want to be touching things on that sensor while it's loose and moving around. So, it is very important to check your user's manual, make sure that you've got an option where you can either lock up the sensor for cleaning so that it doesn't shake or move anymore, or with some mirrorless cameras, unfortunately, just leaving them on, turning the IBIS inside the menu off, and that will often lock up the sensor. There are a lot of tricks there, but either way, you want to make sure that sensor isn't moving. Now I'm going to show you a very important life hack. You might be saying, well, Chris, have you been chewing gum this whole time you're talking? How rude. But it's because I'm trying to take care of my oral hygiene with my toothpick and my gum here as well. It's a great way to clean your sensor. So I got my Nikon D300 here. Look, the sensor's exposed. It's missing a lens mount. That's another video entirely. Got my toothpick here. Got my chewing gum. Now I got my sensor swab. Okay, so I'm just going to gently dab this on the surface, and look how it just pulls off all that dirt. Look, you can roll it around, and, you know, oh, okay, so looking in there, you can see the dust problem is completely fixed. There's a slight amount of residue left over, but that's a great segue to show you another tool that does a very similar thing that should help with that. So with that last technique, I mean, there might be some issues. I mean, let's say you just don't like to chew gum, or maybe you have a problem with all the saliva stains on the sensor that are left afterwards. Fair enough. Let me show you another technique that works really well. This is actually the Ricoh Pentax image sensor cleaning kit, and this is by far my all-time favorite tool for cleaning digital camera sensors. So it's basically a wand here with a little orange gummy on the end, and it's got a tackiness that will pick up dust, even actually some cases some residues, like oily residues, things like that, but it won't leave anything behind. So basically I expose the little gummy here. They give you this pad of sticky paper which will clean off anything that's already stuck on the gummy, and then with a gentle hand I'm basically just going to place this on the sensor surface, nice and gentle, maybe wiggle it around, and then just peel it off, and it will take off any of the dust and gunk that's on the sensor surface. It's very easy. I'm just methodically going to go across all of the sensor surface, and it's got these square edges so I can get right there in the corners. Brilliant, easy. I can use this in the field. I can use this outside. I mean, you can do it anywhere. There's no liquids required, and it's very easy to travel with. I highly recommend you pick one of these up. Now, unfortunately, there will be situations where you just can't get rid of really stubborn dust and stains. You know, maybe you can't remove the dust with that blower bulb and your little rubber gummy isn't taking off all the residue. Well, in that case, you gotta go to a liquid cleaning process. Let's show you this amazing life hack next. Here we go. So that last technique got the sensor crystal clean. However, there's water coming out of the camera, the battery door. It doesn't seem to turn on anymore, but I'm gonna put it in a bag of rice. I'm sure it'll be fine in a couple weeks. But here's another technology that works really well, a sensor swab. And in this technique, we're not putting the camera in the toilet, we're bringing the toilet to the inside of the camera. Now, in all seriousness, sensor swabs are the most invasive way of cleaning your sensor. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I use a blower bulb to try to get rid of as much dust as possible. Use the Pentax cleaner, try to get as much residue off of there. Sensor swabs are not gonna scratch your sensor, but if you have a lot of dust and junk on there and you wipe that across the sensor surface, that can do some damage. So I wanna make sure it's as clean as possible. Now, I've got my swab here. I'm gonna put my cleaner on here. Make sure you are using proper equipment made for cleaning sensors. I've used many different brands though, and they all seem to work. Notice there, I'm just putting a couple drops on there. I do not want this thing soaking wet. I don't want it to be saturated. The residue should go on very lightly and evaporate almost immediately. Now, you do get swabs that are sized for your sensor. This is sized for full frame, and I'm always gonna go horizontally here, left to right. Now, I'm gonna place it in one side of the sensor. I actually do like to put my finger on top and provide just a little bit of pressure, but we're going nice and smooth, just in a simple wiping motion. I can turn it over here, and I can wipe it again. It worked really nicely. Gentle hand, no pressure, just nice and even. We've got all that residue gone. All right, here's our next thing. Now, this is a major issue. We've got a point and shoot camera with dust on the sensor. It's gotten its way down inside the lens, and this is not something that you can usually service yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a pretty advanced level skill. Don't attempt this unless you're an expert such as myself. I got the right tools. I'm just gonna start a small pilot hole here on the side of the camera like this. Should I be wearing safety goggles? Absolutely. Oh, there we go. Getting to the meat and potatoes now. So now that I've made a very small hole, I'm gonna go ahead here and just gently remove the lens. All right, come on, you. I want you guys to make note of just how delicate I'm being here. Just very gentle movements because, you know, this is a precision instrument. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Beauty. Whatever you do, don't damage that ribbon cable. That's very important for the electrical function of the lens. You see that inside? There's our sensor. So now where's the flamethrower? Now, if you have the confidence to take high-powered tools to your delicate and precise camera equipment, you also have to have the confidence to know when a project is beyond your abilities. And sometimes it's best to just leave it to the professionals. Now, it's difficult in our day and age to find repair facilities. If you live in a larger city, though, you will have better resources. I always recommend having a favorite camera store. They can usually arrange things like sensor cleanings and repairs for you. So that's a great resource to have. If you're in a smaller town or you just don't find that you've got a lot of camera stores around, it might be more difficult. But again, sometimes it's best to just deal with the manufacturer. Nowadays, camera repairs can take a long time, weeks or months, and if you certainly take a flamethrower to your camera, it's going to need professional repair. But we're just talking about sensor cleaning today, and honestly, I feel that anybody with just a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of practice can handle cleaning the sensors of the cameras on their own. And you really want to be able to do this. I mean, if you're out in the field and you notice dust on your shots, just being able to pull out a rocket blower or your Ricoh Pentax image sensor cleaning kit and take care of that issue right there and then, and you'll be ready to shoot again pretty much right away. Now, as far as the equipment goes to do this sensor cleaning, there are so many tools out there on the market, it is mind-boggling. But to keep it simple, I've always found all I ever need to use is some sort of large blower bulb, that Ricoh Pentax image sensor cleaning kit, and then some sort of swab system with liquid to clean the sensors when it really comes down to that. But of course, you might have your own ideas or suggestions on what you like to use for sensor cleaning. Leave those in the comments below. We'd love to hear that. Also, why don't you share some of your sensor cleaning horror stories so we know what not to do? Hopefully I'm the only one using flamethrowers and toilet bowls. Now, you'll definitely want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any of our future DIY episodes. And while you're on it, check out our lens cleaning video. Link is there in the description below. You definitely don't want to miss that. Lots of great tips in there. But thank you so much for joining us. I wish you all luck on cleaning your own camera sensors.